Mid-American Patriot. Get some.
I have to say, this whole thing with Alex Jones being deplatformed is a huge crock. I don't believe for one moment that he is dangerous. I think the bigger issue is that he is gaining popularity and people who are interested in his message. Now, his narrative didn't agree with their narrative, and that, of course, will always create massive conflict. If you remember, Alex Jones is a guy who went into their secret club disguised as one of them, brought his camera, and secret societies are very funny. It's very easy for you to go into their territory and for you never to walk out again. And you have to remember that powerful people have powerful secrets, and Alex Jones sort of stepped all over that. He stepped all over that idea. So I find it very suspect when it looks like there is collusion between Facebook, Apple, and Google, and Patreon, and now Roku, to deplatform and basically take this man's revenue away from him. I think that's serious. When you make him a non-person, that in its own action is hatred, forcing the man into poverty, forcing the man to live underneath an overpass, because that's what in essence they're trying to do. And if you think they are not, you're crazy. They are trying to wreck this man. That in itself is hatred. That's real hatred. It's disgusting. And it's disgusting that they're allowed to get away with this. It's disgusting that they have figured out a way to rig the system. There is so much smoke and mirrors going on today. There's so much smoke and mirrors going on today. First of all, they want you to believe that there's collusion with Russia, with the Trump administration. They want you to believe that any conservative voice is a fascist and should be shut down, shut up, turned off, and should be deplatformed, demonetized, and sent to the poorhouse. What we have here is thought control. What we have here is collusion, but not with Russia. What we have here is collusion with the progressive ideal, the epistemology of the left. This is what we have going on. Progressivism. And it wants to birth itself here. It wants to stay here. And it wants to control every aspect of yours and my life. You don't believe me? Look to China. We've been talking a lot about China. Have you heard about their social grading system? What happens is everything about your existence is plugged into your social ID. If you should happen to jaywalk, that goes as a mark against your social credit. And this idea of having social credit means that everybody can see every aspect of your life. And if you should screw up in a way that is socially unacceptable, then your social credit could go down. And people who associate with you, their social credit could go down for associating with you. And this could be family or friends, and this is not just something online, this is in life. This social credit is real, it's everywhere. The all-seeing eye is active in China. And I believe it's on its way here. When you do something like deplatforming, demonetizing, and destroying a person, you take their online identification and you basically publicly crucify it. The public's reaction is sort of big on how you proceed. Because if there's outrage, then you stop what you're doing. But if there's silence, silence is complicit. I can't be complicit. I can't say that this is okay. I can't say taking away a man's livelihood, his voice, his rights. I can't say that's okay. I can't say it's okay for Al Jazeera, mouthpiece of the Muslim Brotherhood, having a voice on Roku. An ideology and epistemology that supports things like Sharia law. How could I possibly permit a voice like that into my home? But Roku, they provide the platform for it. They allow it. It's okay for them. But Alex Jones, someone complained. Someone made threats. Someone was angry. So they deplatformed him there as well. I don't think this is okay. I really don't. I absolutely resist Roku. I barely can tolerate YouTube. But the fact of the matter is it provides a platform at this point, at this juncture, for me to communicate with you and a wide audience. So, where do we go from here? Well, anyone who publicly deplatforms somebody shouldn't get a thin dime from any conservative. Let's be very frank. This goes against the idea of capitalism and free market. Anytime you silence a voice, you can silence anyone's voice. And that's a dangerous way to begin a democracy and a free society. I understand people want their safe spaces. They can have them. But you cannot silence a voice of someone else. You just don't have that right. Your rights to have a voice don't supersede someone else's rights to have a voice. Because listen, this is truth. If you silence one voice, 1,000 will stand up behind and take the place of that voice. What you will do is create an army of dissonance. And we've seen this with the Trump presidency. We've seen this glorious president do an amazing turnaround from the disastrous Obama years. We no longer have our boys being paraded around with blindfolds on. We don't have our journalists being beheaded. There is definitely a change happening. Terror has its own threat, and that threat is Donald J. Trump. And I'm sorry if that upsets the liberals. It doesn't really matter to me. What matters is the success of our president and his mission to make America great again. Excelsior!
Mid-American Patriot. Get some.